Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be answering probably one of the most common questions because there's been a lot of hype around Apex Legends. Did Season 21 save Apex Legends? We're going to answer this question quickly, but first I want to introduce Tony. Tony, welcome, man. First off, welcome to SOAR, and thank you so much for hopping on this video.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, and not to spoil anything, but like Season 21 is definitely, we're cooking.
We're cooking. I didn't even have to ask a question. You already went right in. It was cooking. And now I'm going to ask you the question, why? Why is this season good?
Not just from the solos, right? Or like with the cosmetics, which we'll get into more. But from a, if you actually pay attention to like how Apex Legends has evolved to the point where we are now, people like to complain on the internet and say the devs don't listen. If you actually pay attention, they are listening. And that's why we have what we have now and where the game is getting to where it's at. Or sorry, where the game is projected to be in the future, if that makes sense, right? So like for me, from a content creator standpoint, let me repeat that. For me, from a content creator standpoint, and a gamer, like we're eating. This is going to be a good season.
Isn't it crazy? We're 5 years in, and yet we're actually getting seasons that are still improvements to the game.
I think that's good. I think that's good. There's always something. I'd rather have a season there where there's something new to look forward to than like, oh, there's nothing. Because we had a period back then, like when I think it was like between seasons 14 to 17. Like, for my opinion, those were like my least favorite seasons. But they're doing their best. I mean, look we got solos now. We got reduced prices for heirlooms, which I know we'll get into in a second.
Oh yeah, we definitely are.
We got the perk system that always changes. So this season was an example of like showing that the abilities that the legends have now like aren't set in stone, and the benefits that they get are not set in stone, and they can change from time to time. They can even recreate a whole new perk just for the legend. You know,
I know you're gassing up the season a lot, which is great, and I'm going to play the devil's advocate from the people in the comment section. I assume are going to say, let's talk about the elephant in the room from what happened towards the end of last season, because the perk system, there's a lot of positives going on. If we even go back 5 years, Apex is a way better game than it was even a year ago, and I agree with that. What about the missteps that happened? And I'm going to list off a bunch of them, and I want your genuine thoughts. We're going to have a logical discussion about it, such as the hacker situation, rank badges disappearing, cosmetics disappearing, cheaters. How do you feel because we know the devs are listening? What would be your genuine response to those individuals that are saying that, even though we say, yeah, season 21 is a dub, I'm sure people are fearful of what's right around the corner of a misstep. What are your thoughts on that? That's a lot to unpack there. That's a lot.
Well, I will say they have every right to be upset. They have every right to be upset. I remember when the hacker and cheater situation happened on live. I was watching that when it happened.
They're pushing. Come take the building. Come take the building.
Come in.
Okay. Can we shoot? Can we shoot height? Can we shoot height?
Yeah. Shoot now.
I'm cheating. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. I got aimbot. I have aimbot.
Oh no.
It was a freak like scene for the gaming community. That was something I hope really never happens again. Then people losing their I lost my cosmetics, dude. And you know how much money I spent on this game? I spent a lot of money.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I've seen your TikTok on how much, and it's outrageous. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's almost, my account is worth a little over 15 grand if anybody's wondering.
My God.
Like it's worth, that's just from cosmetics alone. That's not the badges. That's not just the exclusive skins. That's just from like the money spent on the account. So,
yeah, it's a lot.
I told myself, like, when it happened and I lost all of my things, like, between you and me, I was ready to quit. I was like, if I don't get my stuff back, I'm gonna go be a Fortnite gamer or something.
Oh wow, whoa! I mean, hey, look, I appreciate the honesty. You know, I mean,
no. I was passionately upset, as everyone else should, right? Especially with the cheaters. Like, cheaters in ranked were running rampant, right? Like, it was so bad. Me as a console player, 6-mans everywhere, and every time that we would do something, like the good guys, like there were creators that would stand up to these people. We were just. It didn't matter. Like, it was just damned if you do, damned if you don't. Remember, we were talking a little bit off stream. Like, I would make a video calling out the cheaters, and then like the community doesn't understand that I'm trying to like be a beacon of hope for you guys, and people would tear me down anyways because I'm a creator. It was a really dark time.
Yeah, like, we've seen a lot of highs. And we've seen a lot of lows, and I don't mean to interrupt you because this is important to that segue, and I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy. I'm just trying to be logical, right? I want to approach things like we're looking at everything holistically, because we see a lot of steps forward and then we see steps back, and that kind of leads us to the next one when we talk about pushback, right? One of the biggest controversies as well that happened was the Cobalt Heirloom. Remember the amount of hate that happened around that?
$360.
Yeah, okay, this is the crazy part that I'm saying, okay? Because this is a good segue to the artifacts conversation about the devs listening, right? Now, I'm in the mindset that heirlooms all need to be story-driven, but you kind of convinced me having this conversation as well. When you see a universal heirloom, I'm also seeing a lot more people not as upset anymore at the artifacts. And comment down below, be genuine, guys, be real here if you're actually upset about the heirlooms and artifacts coming out. I thought more people would be upset about it, but I'm kind of seeing a bit of a balancing act. And is this because Respawn is listening, or what are your thoughts? I don't want to put any thoughts in your head. Give me genuine thoughts. Hit me, Tony, hit me.
So first off, I want to say there is lore. I don't know if you know this. Do you know the lore of the Cobalt Qatar?
No, actually I don't. I really don't.
For everybody, this will be good for everybody. Says I was at ALGS in Los Angeles, and believe it or not, there is a developer there who works on a little bit of the stories and the lore. Or that's what she does. And guess what her name is? Ashley Reed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she is based off of the character Ash.
That's actually crazy.
Okay? I'm being serious. That's her name, and she is based off that. So somebody asked the question is like, what is the lore of the Cobalt Qatar? The Cobalt Qatar is originally the prized weapon that the Apex Legends got for winning the Apex games. That was the prize, in addition to like all the other things. But like when they would win tournaments, that would be like the coveted item that they would win. That would be the thing. And there's different variants because obviously when they run tournaments, there's different themes.
Interesting. I never knew that, which is probably why when they did the inspect animation, it shows like the pred card, right?
Yep.
Interesting.
That's exactly right, because the only people that get the cards are the people that either won or got invited to the tournament.
I'm gonna be honest, right? I thought it was random. I had no idea.
That's what a lot of people probably thought. A lot of people were like, bro, what happened to the lore? And it's like, dude, just tweet. These people are real. Like, you can just tweet at them and they'll ask the question nicely. Don't be a jerk, right?
Yeah.
Like, they really put a lot of love and passion into this, and to be honest, back to your question of first there's the lore, and I think they're going in the right direction with this. First I want to say that in order to take advantage of this, you will need some heirloom shards, which you can get over time from just play the game. I say this all the time. I know that I spent a lot of money on this game, but I want to tell people from the bottom of my heart, you do not need to spend money. If you don't want to spend money on this game, you don't have to. Eventually you will get a pack that will get you heirloom shards. If you want my honest opinion, do get the Cobalt Qatar, because that's an easy way in to get like something that you can have as a cosmetic that is not as expensive as the $160 collection events, right?
True.
Because you'll need heirloom shards to unlock the base Cobalt Qatar set, which is like the one we have, right?
Yeah.
The one that I had a pay a full collection event on, and then from there you can get like a molten Qatar set for 50 artifact shards. How much does 50 artifact shards cost? $40, compared to what people were paying before for heirlooms, $500 worth of packs. I am not kidding.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big price change. Would you not agree with me?
No, I agree. I do see them making that change. And I will be honest, I'm in the mindset that I'm not a very big skin guy, but when the game is going the right direction, I don't mind, pitching $1 and supporting it. And like I did this season, because like I see them making a positive effort in the game. I know I don't mean to jump ahead, I'm not trying to, but I know the anti-cheat is updated. We see a lot of positive things. ALGS was really popping off, and these are some later topics as we keep talking, but I agree there. And I will admit that I can be on the negative side when it comes to skins. I know my community knows that. So having you kind of, I guess, soften me up to the other side was helpful. And I don't know. I don't really know what to say besides that.
As somebody who spends a lot of money on this game, when I see a deal, I mean it. Like,
can I ask you a hard question? This is going to be a really hard question. Okay.
Go for it.
I'm sure you get this in your comment section a lot. How do you feel about people that would call, they call them whales, whenever you spend a lot of money in the game, they say, how dare you support X, Y, and Z, EA, or you can insert whatever company whenever things aren't going right. Well, how do you feel about that? Or what would be your response to that?
It doesn't bug me. It's actually, I talked with a dev also that when they go about this stuff, and I asked them, like, does the evolution or the growth of our game dictate on whether we sell cosmetics or not? No, it's a different department. Like, what they do they do what they do. Yeah. Right? I'll give you an example. Let's say I own a gym.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need to buy the $120 boxing gloves that are on display on my gym for my gym to operate?
I mean, I hope not.
That would be pretty bad. Thank you. So if the game needs to operate on whether people buy cosmetics or not that are here for a limited time only, right? Like our collection events, I would be worried as a developer. Would you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
true.
Like, you don't need to buy these things to enjoy it. These are they're cosmetics. There's not pay to win, right? Granted, I know that a lot of people, especially today's day and age, and how easy it is to kind of like be involved with something, like the fear of missing out, it's real. I get that. I understand. But if you can like look past that stuff, there's no reason to like bully someone like me or anybody that spends money on this game, because I work hard for it. And I guess like to kind of like what I say back to the people that call me whales, not to be like a whale, both like how much money I spend, like and like how much money I spend in Apex or any other game, right?
Yeah.
I make my money back when I make a video. I work hard to get to this point to spend my money. I work hard for the money so I can spend the money. Do you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
It's not just on me too. If you guys are new and watching this video, I give it out to people too. Like I make sure that like I can at least share the love. You know, I do tournaments and stuff where I do heirloom and prestige tournaments, you know, or silly little challenges on stream because, well, I'm being smart with the money and you can too.
I like it. Good response, man. I hate to put you on the spot. That's not a talking point. I didn't mean to like hit you left field. You know, I just think that it's important to talk about.
I think it is because there's a lot of people that be like, oh, easy for you to say, Tony, you make money on this video. Dude, I was not making money on this video like or any videos like 2 or 3 years ago. Like I had to work for this, right? So the fact that I see an affordable price option now, right, is we should be celebrating.
Yeah, I would agree, and maybe I think I was too harsh on it at the start because I didn't even cover anything on it, and I still don't really plan on it, but I did, you know, buy it, which is crazy because I don't normally buy stuff like that in Apex because usually I also make my money back or I get like coins. But hey, listen, when they have a dub and it seems like people are responding well, I'll support it, you know, especially people are happy about it.
I also wanted to point out that you even don't really have to spend money on the artifact shards because you can get 10 from the battle pass. And also they've disclosed in the patch notes and when I was at the event that they're open to rewarding artifact shards for these cobalt katars and all the cosmetics and variants throughout challenges and just like I said, battle passes in general as the season and the rest of the game goes on.
That's a great idea. It's another way for people to feel rewarded, you know?
Yeah, it's reward you for playing the game. Like you could spend $10 on a battle pass, right? And yeah, you only get 10 artifact shards, but then there's going to be challenges throughout the rest of the season where you can get maybe another 10 or 20, right?
Yeah.
And then so if it takes you 30 for 2 seasons, dude, there are some people that have gone like what 10 seasons and never gotten an heirloom. You're gonna have something by the end of like at least 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah. The next question I have, because we're talking a lot about the devs, how do you feel about your conversation with the devs, and what do you want to highlight to share with everybody about the new season or anything really?
I think the thing that I really like the most is that they are listening and that they watch creators. They are watching your guys' favorite creators and they're watching closely. They take the feedback very seriously, right? I remember when the cheating thing, and like you said before, like when I lost all of my cosmetics, I made a video about it, like I had to laugh at the situation, you know. As mad as I was, I made a video kind of like making fun of myself, like role playing that, like I was on the phone with a dev and they're like, yeah, we're working on it pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're real people. They laughed at that. They thought it was funny, you know? But they're doing everything they can. They listen to us. I don't care what it is that they say online and stuff. It's the actions that follow through. And season 21 is literally the definition of that they're following through on it. They might not get everybody. They might not appeal to everybody, but they're listening. When we ask for cheaper cosmetics, they brought it, right? When we ask for solos, they brought it. When we ask for an anti-cheat, guess what? It's in the patch notes. It got improved. It did, there, yeah. I will say this though. I did see some stuff on Twitter. I think that it's cheats are just evolving, but it did. I have noticed that when I was playing in PC lobbies the last couple days, it's been a lot more peaceful. And
I also noticed that people are getting desperate and they're actually teaming instead and doing really strange stuff because, okay, they're the people who are cheating who are always going to be able to cheat because they're probably the pinnacle of cheaters, unfortunately, you know. They're the ones that are always going to be able to figure it out. I've been seeing spamming of abilities because they can't wall hack. So I saw permanent bloodhound scans, and I've been seeing people just blatantly teaming, like I mentioned earlier, in lobbies because, well, how are they going to get these badges and stuff otherwise? It's really strange seeing people, even in prior seasons. I remember people were just ratting in zone rather than cheating, and then they resorted to cheating. It's like it's like there's a major desperation to be, I don't even know what you get out of it. It's not like you're good at the game.
You know what I say about that? It's a type of person. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. This is probably has nothing to do with the game because I've said this before over and over to people.
I think it's important.
It's a desperation shot to fit in. These are people that are hiding their identity and will rebrand themselves once they get the pred badges and stuff. But I want those people that are cheating to realize that the top players and the people that you're trying to grow and fit in with for that badge recognize if you cheated or not. Like, they will be able to sniff that out, and the truth will come out eventually. And it's just a badge, man. Like, it ain't that deep. All you're doing is, like, I don't know how else to say it without saying mean and demonetize this video, but I'm just saying, like, you're dumb. You're being dumb, and you got nothing else better for yourself to go and do, and that so you choose to cheat on a video game that you'll get this badge just so you can talk about it with your coworkers and friends or whatever, and then just nothing amounts to it. And it's crazy because look at me, like I'll use myself as an example. I know this is probably not a good example, but like I made it to where I am now without that.
Yeah,
I'm doing fine. I got one during the whatever people argue the easy season, ratted, whatever. I don't care, but like I still am true to myself, right? So
this makes
people
sense.
just gotta know the badge ain't it ain't that deep.
Well, man, I know we had other things, but we kind of talked a lot about it. I guess the closing thoughts I want to put, because in my opinion, I haven't even stated, I think the season 21 is one of the best seasons of Apex that has come out. I really do believe that. If you had a wish list, and I don't even know what my wish list would be, I would need to kind of sit on it, and I kind of putting you in the hot seat with it. What would be your wish list of more of what besides Apex? I guess what I want is just keep getting dwindled down on the cheating situation, but that's a simple answer. What would be yours?
I think, well, yeah, I agree with you on the cheating thing. That's definitely got to be one. But I think they are doing their best because every season has been getting easier. My number one thing is, if it's not, give us a sandbox mode. Like some way for me to be creative. Maybe it's like only exclusive to like creators. You know how the only creators really can get like the really good private lobbies, you know, the private ones.
Yeah.
Maybe start with that at first, or even at the very least, like give us customizable options and settings within private lobbies.
I agree.
If I want to have snipers only, let me have a button where I can just turn off all the weapons and have it just be snipers. Because for me, I'm more of a very creative person, and I like doing things where I can interact with my community. So to be able to have that type of sandbox-like feel is going to help not just for my content, but even people that just kind of like want to be a part of other content creators communities that might be doing things like that. You know, as you can see, people host custom lobbies all the time, right? They do stuff. So this wouldn't be any different. But to me, a sandbox mode would be really nice. That's just me.
I agree.
I'm curious what other people think. I really am curious what other people would think.
Guys, as we wrap up the video, comment down below what your thoughts. I did try to ask a lot of hard questions, and appreciate Tony for being so flexible. We this video kind of evolved, and I could say that Apex has really improved and grown. You know, I know I kind of focused on a lot of negatives, but let's just be honest. The game continues to thrive for past 5 years. I'm excited. And I hope you guys are as well. Tony, thank you so much for hopping in today. And we'll see you guys, in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys all soon. Bye.